Hello everybody, welcome to Sisters, my name is Magnus, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys my entire collection of Ninjago dragons. Yes, I'm gonna show you every single Ninjago dragon that I have in my collection, aside from the Meg dragon from the movie, because that's in its own canon. So aside from that, what you're looking at is all of the Ninjago dragons that I have. And now, actually, if I had more dragons than this, I mean, there are a lot of dragons here, don't get me wrong, but if I had a couple more than this. But we're still gonna check out all of these dragons in this video, so let's get into it. So the first dragons that I have from Ninjago are from Season 900. The first one I'm gonna show you guys is Stormbringer, and now this dragon is actually pretty darn cool. Now, it doesn't really have any wings, as you guys can see, but what's cool is that the tail can actually flip back and forth. I don't know if you really can see it. Let me show you. Boom. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. The head does also look very cool, and you can even shoot some spring-loaded shooters if you wanted to. And then I also have Firstborn, which is of course the first dragon in Ninjago history. And I do actually like this dragon quite a lot. It does have wings, and you can even flap him up and down. It's very cool. And you even get the tail that can move back and forth as well, which is very cool. And I do also think the head on this one is very good. And overall, I just like the design of this dragon quite a lot. I like it a lot. The next dragon I have is the Legacy Fire Dragon, which was made to celebrate Ninjago's 10-year anniversary. And now, I do actually like the design of this one as well. I do like the actual dragon head mold, like it how that looks. And also the wings are very cool, of course, using vinyl pieces, if you want to call them vinyl pieces. But now there is one big flaw with which is when I pick up the dragon, the wings actually droop down, as you guys can see. So that's a bit of a shame. And the reason for that is because the wings are attached on ratchet joints. So maybe if they were on ball joints, maybe they wouldn't droop as much, but I don't really know why they decided to use ratchet joints or ball joints, but I still do think the dragon is very, very cool. The next dragons that I have are from Ninjago Core, which I know not everyone loves these, but I do actually think they are pretty good for what they are supposed to be, mostly. First of all, we have Jade's Dragon. I do like the color scheme of this one, and even the head is very good. Though the wings is really the weakest part, because the wings just don't really look that great. It's weird how they're attached on the legs. A bit weird. Also, we have Kai's Dragon, which I do like a bit more than Jade's one, mainly because the wings aren't actually attached to the actual legs. I do think the arrangement of him is a bit strange. And the dragon head does also look very good on this one. So even though some people may not like these dragons, I actually do think these dragons are pretty good. Next up, we have some dragons from Dragons Rising Season 1. First of all, we have Baby Ryu. If I would show him to you guys in this video. And I do think it's a very cute molded dragon piece. And I actually have two of him, but I'll just show one in this video. Next up, we have Heatwave, who is Wildfire's family, pretty much. And I do actually like the design of this one, mainly because of the color scheme. It's basically dark red, and there is some nougat in it as well. I do think that makes for a very interesting dragon design. But there are some flaws with the dragon. First of all, it doesn't have proper wings. As you guys can see, they decide to use blades, which doesn't really work. Also, the front legs here are actually very loose. So maybe something is wrong with the ratchet joints or something like that. And apparently you're also supposed to flip the dragon upside down, or at least you can, because apparently it's called a transforming lava dragon. So it's a bit interesting. But another thing you can do is you can actually shoot the dragon energy core that's on the back. Just like that. So kind of cool how you can actually shoot that. But now, aside from the cool color scheme of this dragon, I do think this is probably one of the weaker dragons that I have in my collection. But that's just my opinion. Maybe some of you actually do like this dragon quite a bit. Anyways, the next dragon we have is Gyro, and now this is a very, very huge dragon. I mean, just look at this. It's so big. So, first of all, I do like how this one is standing up. I do love how it has hands as well, like that a lot. And the dragon energy core is at the top. I do love the huge wings, and even the tail is very good. And the actual color scheme of the dragon is very good too. And now, you also get a glider that you can actually turn into add-ons onto the dragon. And that's what I've done here, so as you guys can see, there are some extra bits on Gyro, as you guys can see. And I do actually think he looks very impressive, like this. So yeah, I do think that Gyro is a little bit better than Heatwave. Next up we have Dragon's Rising Season 2, and we have the Young Dragon Ryu set. Now this right here is actually my first Dragon's Rising set. I remember I bought this back when SO Studios was still brand new, but I do love how this is a scaled up version of Ryu. I do love the wings that he has, and I do think the overall shaping of him is very good. And in case you're wondering why Wildfire is on the dragon, well, I just thought it would be fun to put her on Ryu. Next up we have this dragon. This is a autumn themed dragon. So as you guys can see, it does have some leaves on it, but I do love how it's kind of standing up like this, like how that looks, and it does reuse Ryu's head, as you guys can see. So if I'm being honest, I'm not really sure if I like the fact that it has blades as wings. I think that kind of looks a bit weak, and it is a bit hard. It is kind of strange to arrange them like this. So yeah, I do think this dragon is a bit strange, honestly. Next up we have the small Source Dragon Spirits that came with the Source Dragon of Motion. I'm gonna get to in a bit. But yeah, you get 6 of these in the set, and I have already included them as well. Next up we have Eggelt. Now, Eggelt is a bit more unique because, well, he kind of looks like Master Wu as a dragon, even though he is basically his own character. But I do love the actual face that he has, and I do love the wings that he has, and he's even got a sword at the back that can be stored right there. So I do think that Eggelt is definitely a very, very cool and unique dragon. Next up we have Wantu, which, yes, I know, Wantu wasn't released until season 3, but because she was introduced alongside Eggelt, I thought I would include her. I would talk about her after Eggelt. But anyways, as far as the design is concerned, I do love the purple color scheme. I think that actually looks very, very nice. But now, if I'm being honest, I don't really know if I like the wings being pink like this. I think maybe a mix of pink and pearl would have been good. But she's also got stones on her side, and you can store weapons right here. But the worst part about the the dragon will have to be a jaw. I don't really know what they were thinking with the jaw. It's just a bit strange. But I do love the lanterns hanging off of the horns. There's even one on the arm dragon that I forgot to mention. But yeah, I do think that, aside from some small flaws, this is actually a very nice looking dragon. Oh, and I decided to put some bushes right here just because she looked a bit strange with the axle being a bit exposed on the back. So I decided to make a small little modification there. Now next up we have not only the largest Ninjago dragon ever, but also our largest Lego dragon that's ever been produced. And that is of course the Source Dragon of Motion. And this dragon is honestly very, very impressive. I mean, look at this. It's so huge. And look at that wingspan. It's pretty insane. And I'm gonna go over here just so that way we can get a better look at the dragon. As you guys can see, there is a lot of awesome details going alongside this dragon. And there are barely even holes in the dragon, which is very good. And now you also get a drone that you can put on top, which is a kind of interesting to see as well. Though it is a bit hard to pose this dragon without some pieces falling off, but I do still think that it looks very, very magnificent like this. And now I actually barely even get to display like this because when it's on the shelf, I actually have the wings folded up a bit just so that way it'll actually fit on the shelf that I have it displayed on. So now we've taken a look at Season 2, now let's take a look at the dragons that I have from Season 3. Starting off with the Dragonians, which, yeah, I kind of feel like I had to include these in this video just because, well, they are dragons, obviously. So as far as the designs go, I do think the actual designs are pretty decent. And now you get these scouts who have mohawks, which honestly, I don't really know if they look that great with mohawks. I definitely do think that the ones with the dragon helmets definitely do look much better and complete. And also you get these dragons that you can put on them, and I just think they look super cool. And now this right here is supposed to be the general, who is called Tyre. And now the only thing separating him from other Dragonians is the long horns, but aside from that he is basically just the same as the other regular helmeted Dragonians. But now we also have the Spectral Dragonians. So we also have this guy who came with a Pyroback or a Polyback, wherever in the world you live, who has a mohawk. That's the only set he came in. We also have these guys who have the helmets, though not all of them have wings, which is kind of a bit of a shame. But I do like the ghost tails they have, like them quite a lot. And now we also get Tyre, who actually has legs as well as a white helmet, so that way he stands out a bit more from the others, which I do actually like quite a lot. Next up we have this skeleton dragon that came with Lloyd's jet mech, and I actually do think that for a side build dragon, it is actually pretty decent. I do love the hit that it uses, and I do actually like the banner that is at the back that can actually interact with the reveal blade, and the legs are actually on these little click hinges, I guess, or whatever you want to call them, but I do still think that this dragon is pretty decent. Next up we have Ryu again. This Ryu figure or build came with Zane's Combiner mech, and I do actually think that he does look very decent. I mean, he isn't that different from the previous Ryu set, but I do still think he does look very good. He is slightly bigger than the previous one, but not by a lot. Though I gotta be honest, the wings are probably a bit too huge for his figure. I mean, I do think that they are a bit oversized compared to the body. And also, you do get some clips, and as you guys can see, he is actually holding on to Zane's sword, just because he can't hold it when he's attached to a mech. So because of that, I just put the sword on Ryu, as you guys can see. Next up, we have Rogue's Mech Dragon Rider, and now this is, I already showed you guys this in the mech video, but still thought I would show it to you guys here. So I do love the mechanical details that this dragon has. I don't know if you can see it, or the leg is in a way, but it does have some cool mechanical details. And I do love the wings that it has and the little arms as well. And now of course they had to make some room for the J-mech, but I still think they managed to make it work just fine. And there are even some lightning pieces sticking out from the side, which I do actually like quite a lot. So very happy with this dragon. I do think it looks very good. The second to last dragon we're gonna take a look at here will have to be Thunderfang. This is of course the main villain of Season 3, and I do think he is a very cool, imposing looking dragon. I do love the little storm like wings that he has, like those quite a lot. And he even has a collar on him, which you can take off if you wanted to. And there are some chains that are attached to him to show that he has been imprisoned. And I do love how he is actually standing up. I think that actually makes him very interesting. And I think of all of these dragons, this is probably one of my favorites. Not my favorite, but definitely one of my favorites. And the last dragon I'm gonna show you guys in this video will have to be the Arc Dragon of Focus. This is the most recent addition to his collection. And now, as far as the concept goes, I do think it's very cool how we have a dragon that's split down the middle with 2 heads. I mean, we have seen that before in the past, but we haven't seen that for some time, so it's cool to see that again. But as far as the execution goes, well, honestly, I think there are some flaws with it. But starting off with the positives, I do think the color scheme is actually very good, and you even get a cool feature. I don't know if I can show you guys this. Let me see if I can get a overhead shot. But basically, you push this in, and then the wings can fold open, which is actually pretty cool. And now there are also some cells where you can put some minifigures on, but I just think it makes the dragon look a bit worse. But as far as the negatives go, well, this back part right here looks a bit incomplete, which is a shame. And also, the back legs are completely fixed, so you can't move them. So that's another bummer. But you also get a shooter in the middle, which I actually don't have a shooter like this in my collection. So it's actually kind of interesting how this is the first set I've gotten with a shooter like that. Kind of interesting. So overall, I do think that the concept of the Arc Dragon focus is very good, but that the execution is a bit mixed. But I still do think it is a very nice looking dragon. But with that was basically a look at every single Ninjago dragon that I have in my collection. And if I had to choose my favorite, I will probably have to go with the Source Dragon of Motion, just because, well, it is a very, very impressive looking dragon. And now, of course, there are some more dragons that I do still want to get. For example, I want to get the Guardian Dragon from Legends that's on my wire list. And maybe I will get some older Ninjago dragons that I don't have in my collection. But we'll see about that. And now let me know down in the comments below which one of these dragons is your favorites. And it's okay if you disagree with me, because, well, we all have our own opinions. But anyways, that's it for this video. If you liked this video, make sure to leave a like. And make sure to subscribe to this YouTube and hit that bell notification button so they're gonna find an upload new video. So now, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.